Hi, I'm Jing, a Chinese teacher. Subscribe now and learn the most common 100 Chinese characters, 250 words, and 50 sentences within 7 weeks. 大家好, welcome to my Chinese class. Today we are going to learn how to describe your job and ask someone else what they do. And let's start with vocabularies first. You can read after me now. 做什么工作农民工人学生是的个一个。So we have learned some of these words on classes before. The first one is 什么 Well, on the last class, we learned 你什么时候生日 When is your birthday? And 什么时候 is when, or we can say what time. And in that sentence, we refers to when. 什么时候 what time, when. 什么 what. And we also learned be verb 是我是中国人 I am Chinese. 他是英国人 He is British. And we also learned auxiliary word 的 for two functions as grammar part. The first one is to be added after noun and pronoun to mean something. 我的 my, 你的 your. And the second function of the is to be used at the end of sentence to mean the sentence is over. It's also a part of the combination 是什么什么的 to make a clarification, explanation, description. So for example, we learned 你是哪一年出生的 What year were you born in? 你是哪一年出生的 And we also learned 她的头发是棕色的 Her hair is brown. 她的头发是棕色的 As for other words, their meanings are pretty simple, so we're going to learn how to use them in sentences directly later, except for only one, 个 which is a simple character to write, where it's only 3 strokes, but a very tricky grammar, so I'd like you to pay attention now. So as you can see, I write classifier as the meaning of these words, but actually it's not its meaning. It's word of type in Chinese, just like noun, pronoun, verb. Classifier is a type of word in Chinese. So what exactly is classifier and how to use it? Well, classifier is used after a number and before a noun, especially when counting. So as you can see the examples below, the first character of these words are numbers, and the second character of these words are classifiers. So for example, 一个苹果 one 个 classifier 苹果 apple 两根香蕉two 根 classifier 香蕉 banana 三支铅笔three 支 classifier 铅笔 pencil 一杯水one 杯 classifier 水 water. So you can see from the examples that all these classifiers are different, and that is the tricky thing of Chinese. We have different classifiers for different nouns. So for example, in English, it's all a pair of something. For example, a pair of socks, a pair of glasses, a pair of pants. But in Chinese, the classifiers are different. It's 一双袜子一副眼镜一条裤子 In English, it's all a pair, but in Chinese, it's 3 different words. Wow, I know that's maybe what you're thinking right now, and it's true that classifiers are difficult, but there are 2 things I'd like you to know. The first is, well, it's not our goal to learn all these classifiers on this class, okay? I only mentioned classifier because we are going to learn one classifier, 个, on this class. So I have to tell you what classifier is, so you can have the concept. But it's not our goal to learn all these classifiers. We only use 个 on this class. And the second thing, well, it's good news, is that classifier 个 is a very common classifier and sometimes can be used to replace other classifiers in informal expression. So for example, 三支铅笔 the proper classifier for 铅笔 pencil would be 支，三支铅笔 3 pencils. But if you tell me 三个铅笔, I will know that you are trying to use classifier to describe that maybe there are 3 pencils, maybe you want to borrow 3 pencils from me. I will know that you are trying to say 3 pencils. But if you tell me without classifier, like if you tell me 三铅笔 without classifier, I may have a difficult time understanding what you're saying. So in this case, it's better to use the wrong one instead of nothing. And besides, classifier 个 indeed really is a very common one. So for example, like in the second phrase, 两根香蕉, 2 bananas, but it's okay to say 两个香蕉. It's totally acceptable and understandable in that expression. And that's a lot explanation about classifier. Well, now let's move to the key part of today's class. And you can read after me now. 你是做什么的？你是做什么的？我是学生。我是学生。Well, the structure of the question sentence is 某人 somebody 是 be verb 做 do 什么 what the auxiliary word. Together it's 某人是做什么的？某人是做什么的？ And you can also see the combination of 是 blah 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 的 in this sentence to make a explanation. And the answer is 某人 somebody 是 be verb 名词 a noun, and here it refers to a profession 职业. So together it's 某人是某个职业. So for example, what does David do? 大卫是做什么的？大卫是做什么的？And the answer, for example, he's an English teacher. 他是英语老师 or David's an English teacher. 大卫是英语老师。So let's read the example sentence again. 你是做什么的？你是做什么的？我是学生。我是学生。The next sentence is also to ask somebody's job, and you can read after me now. 你做什么工作？你做什么工作？我是个工人。我是个工人。Well, the structure of the question sentence is 某人 somebody 做 do 什么 what 工作 job. Together it's 某人做什么工作。And just like in English, we have different ways, different sentences to ask a person's job. What do you do? What is your job? What do you do for a living? What do you do for work? So here it's the same in Chinese. The last sentence is more likely to be translated as what do you do? In this sentence, we use the specific word 工作。你做什么工作？ What do you do for work? But for the answer, it's the same structure. So it's 某人 somebody 是 be verb 个 classifier 名词 a noun, and here is profession 职业. Together it's 某人是个职业。So for example, what does David do for work? And that's 大卫做什么工作？大卫做什么工作？ And still, David is an English teacher. 大卫是个英语老师。他是个英语老师。So we added classifier 个 into this sentence, but it's okay to take it off. So you can say 他是个英语老师。Or you can say 他是英语老师。Both are okay. So let's read the example sentence again. 你做什么工作？你做什么工作？我是个工人。Or 我是工人。And the next sentence is like a combination of these two sentences we just learned, but it's also to ask somebody's job. So you can read after me now. 你是做什么工作的？ 你是做什么工作的？我是一个农民。我是一个农民。And the structure of the question sentence is 某人 somebody 是 be verb 做 do 什么 what 工作 job 的 auxiliary word. Together it's 某人是做什么工作的。And the answer is in the same structure with the other two answers. 某人 somebody 是 be verb 一个number and classifier 名词 a noun 职业 profession. So together it's 某人是一个职业。So for example, what does David do for work? 大卫是做什么工作的？大卫是做什么工作的？ And David is an English teacher still. 大卫是一个英语老师。他是一个英语老师。So you may be a bit confused right now because we just said that the classifier must be used after number and before a noun. But in the second answer sentence, we didn't use number, we only used classifier. 我是个工人。And here we added number. 我是一个农民。Well, that's because the combination of number and classifier must be used only when counting. So for example, there are 5 oranges, 5个橙子, 3 apples, 3个苹果. Under this circumstance, you have to use the combination of number and classifier. But here we are not counting. We are like making a description or an explanation of our job, right? We're saying, I am a teacher. 我是一个老师。I am a farmer. 我是个农民。We're not counting, like there are 3 teachers, 5 farmers, 6 students, right? So in this case, we don't have to use number. We can only use classifier or we don't use classifier at all. They are both okay. Now you can read after me with the example sentences again. 你是做什么工作的？你是做什么工作的？我是一个农民。我是一个农民。So today we have learned 3 ways to ask people what they do. And the first is 某人 somebody 是 be verb 做 do 什么 what 的 auxiliary word. Together it's 某人是做什么的。And the second is 某人 somebody 做 do 什么 what 工作 job. Together it's 某人做什么工作。And the third is the combination of these 2 sentences. 某人是做什么工作的？某人是做什么工作的？These 3 sentences are all to ask people's job, and you can use whichever you like. But as for the answer, it's the same. 某人 somebody 是 be verb 一个 number and classifier, you can use them or not. 名词职业noun a profession. Together it's 某人是一个职业。So for example, let's say we want to ask, what do you do? What's your job? And I am a Chinese teacher. So that would be 你是做什么的？你做什么工作？你是做什么工作的？我是中文教师。我是个中文教师。我是一个中文教师。And until today's class, we have learned 29 out of 100 most common Chinese characters. And as for homework, you can use these sentences we learned today to describe your job or to ask other people their job in Chinese. Well, because of the time limitation, we didn't learn many words to describe jobs, but I did summarize some common professions at the end of the video, so you can use these to make your sentence. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching the video and see you next time. Bye bye.